Hello, everyone. I'm Crystal McGregor, General Manager at Tech Ready Women, and I am here today doing a female founder showcase interview with Jen Paynter from 108 Yoga Road. How are you, Jen?
I'm good, thanks, Crystal. How are you?
I'm great. Well, I'm great because we just did an energy lifting exercise. So I'm so glad to be speaking to a yoga teacher today because I actually really needed that.
You're more than welcome.
So tell me a little bit about your business. What's your elevator pitch?
Okay, so often when I say that I'm a yoga teacher, the first thing people come back to me with is to say I'm not flexible, I could never do yoga. So my solution is a yoga strap, not anything particularly uncommon. However, what I've done is I've redesigned it in a way that means you always have it with you. So I've created a locking mechanism that turns it from a yoga strap, which allows you to touch your toes if you've got no flexibility whatsoever, to a carry strap so you can take your mat to class and just participate as we all need to, because yoga makes life better.
Brilliant. And so how did you come up with this idea?
It was purely self-centered, as all good design things tend to be. I was off at yoga training and I was coming from the office job. I had my mat, I had my books, journals, change of clothes, all that kind of caper. So I had, the backpack chock-a-block. And I was struggling with carrying the mat on top of everything else. So I was looking around for a way that I could make that possible. And as well as someone with like a wild sense of environmental justice, I tried to use public transport and push bikes rather than driving short distances. So I was cycling because, it's only 5Ks to get to class. Why not use it as a warm-up? So I set about creating a way of attaching my mat to the outside of my bag. After multiple failed attempts of doing things like trying to attach it to the bike itself and the handlebars, and there were all the disasters along the way that meant abandoning the bike on a couple of occasions and things like that. But it all worked out in a way that means that I've created this really unique kind of system, I suppose you might call it, of allowing you to attach a mat vertically to a bag. So your center of gravity is good.
I love it. And such a practical solution. And then to be able to use the strap to do like incidental exercise, like my hamstrings are feeling tight. Let me just take my yoga strap and just stretch those hamstrings out.
Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of was, I got to the point where I'd created the strap for the carrying purposes and then went, well, that's stupid. You go to class and then you pick up another strap. Why would you? We don't need two things. We've already got so much stuff. Look around me. I'm surrounded with stuff. My office is a complete mess. I'm getting ready for the London yoga show. So you might be able to see over this corner, I've got a laser going, engraving some of the straps. I've got the straps over my shoulder. I've got, there's a suitcase underneath it. It's mayhem, but yeah, exciting.
So engraving, the straps can be personalized as well.
They sure can.
Nice.
To make some cute little gift, gorgeous for yoga studios who want to give something to their, say their participants who are doing a teacher training or coming on a retreat with them. And because they're all made here in Australia as well, we can mess around with small runs, get them done in colours that suit the studios. So it's nice to be able to customize and make things personal. And it means as well, again, coming back to that environmental footprint, haven't got thousands of units that have all been made by people who perhaps aren't being paid properly. All my things are made off in regional Victoria by a local company. So get some help from them and then do the customizing here.
Beautiful. Okay, so you were part of a boot camp that Tech Ready Women ran in Melbourne. Now you weren't, we usually have tech companies come through, but you're a physical product business. Tell me what made you want to come to the boot camp, and I guess what were the challenges you were having before you come along to our boot camp?
I'm always keen to learn more. And found it fantastic. You run a really great program that is not just about the technical kind of aspect of running a business, the bookkeeping, the whatever. It was so much more than that in really tapping into mindset and how you as an individual have a really direct impact on the results that you get, rather than it just being oh, here's a formula to do a business and you'll be amazing. I really kind of tapped into, okay, well, as a woman, we know that you do emotions perhaps a little bit more than other people, and that may or may not kind of be a thing. So I wasn't expecting that, but it was like a huge takeaway for me on how important that is, which, you know, so much of yoga as well is intuition. Well, not intuition. It's about understanding who you are as a human and how you're reacting to the environment around you. So I love that was incorporated. From a business perspective, it really helped shift the value offering that I have. And it has allowed me to look at how I can expand on what I'm doing while keeping the enviro creds that are so important to me. And it means that I'm now looking at how I can build out training for people, perhaps say personal trainers, who have those clients who are quite strong. They've got that aversion to yoga, but they need the stretching. And would really benefit from that to accompany the physical work that they're doing in the strength building. So I'm looking at building out a kind of course content and online tutorials, that kind of thing. So you can go, oh, my back's really sore, I've been sitting all day, what can I do to help kind of shift some of that? And the straps themselves are quite small, so you can have them just sort of sitting around ready to, 20 minutes in, you've just had 4 hours of meetings back to back. So.
I mean, you've sold me right now. I need it right now. I love that, because I think for you, it's about that passion and that purpose, but also looking at like commercial models that are going to make your business money, so it's sustainable. And so the time that you're investing is actually rewarded financially, so you can go on and do more things. So I love that you've taken all of the pieces from the course and I guess pivoted, or had the confidence to feed into what you were thinking, to be able to build that over the last 18 months or since we last saw you. So you've had a few wins. We had a chat the other day. Tell me what you're up to right now with the business.
So I'm off to the London yoga show, which is going to be enormous. And I've just been recognised as a finalist in the Clean and Conscious Award. So that's a little Australian award, which is really exciting. So they look at environmental impact, like I was sending through stuff on carbon footprints and what were their other criteria? But it was around sustainability and responsible production. So that was really exciting to be recognised, and that's just been announced today. So hopefully you'll start to see some social media things sort of pop up on that one. So nice to be in this really credible space with some fantastic judges who are all experts in the field. So that's really nice to have that acknowledgement. And they said some really beautiful things about the yoga straps, which I loved.
Yeah, incredible. And you did some work in TV as well?
Yeah, I've currently got a show happening with Channel 31, which is a digital community station here in Melbourne. So helping to break down some of those barriers around yoga by interviewing teachers, showing that we all probably a little bit crazy, but normal people underneath. And that we've found yoga as a way to kind of temper some of that crazy into a way that is good for the body, good for the soul, that kind of thing. But really just to show that yoga teachers are not gurus. We're not, there's nothing special about us. We just have a particular interest in movement. We've found it really beneficial ourselves and we want to share it. Yeah. So that's part of the program. The other part is breaking down some of those movements and saying, okay, right, so here are the muscles that you're using. You want to be working your collarbone in this direction, throwing your shoulders down, sitting up that little bit straighter, sorting out your spine, and whatever it might be. And then a class aspect as well. So there's a few little pieces. You can watch it on Saturday mornings at streams and on Thursday afternoons. So.
Amazing. And I love the way that you're breaking it down, because it might be that I'm too busy, I've got stuff on, but actually what I can do is just take a few moments at my desk and use the strap and have some and stretch, and the benefits of that are still there, rather than having to take, an hour out of my time to do a full yoga class, which I'm not flexible, so it would be really embarrassing in the class. So I love that you've bought something that was probably not accessible to something that's very accessible for anyone. And that balance piece is so important, and I think it's a good reminder for everyone that you're achieving every day, showing up. Let's acknowledge that instead of acknowledging all of the things that we haven't done and haven't achieved.
Yes.
All right. Every good conversation has an ask. Do you have an ask for our community or anyone that might be able to help?
I would love to invite people to come along to some of my classes and share some of their feedback, some reviews, some thoughts on what they think, and perhaps as well what you need. Like, are you sitting at your desk going, I'm really struggling with this, or I find that, my hips are bothering me, or every time I go upstairs, my knees feel a little bit crunchy? Are there things that people are really finding having an impact on their kind of everyday well-being that they kind of want to sort out, but they don't really have, the interest to go and see a physio? Like, you're not, I would say, impacted to the point where you're in pain or anything else. You're just like, I find that this really aggravates me. I think that's, how can I help as an instructor, as a movement person, in allowing you to move more freely? That's the brilliant.
Yeah. I've got one straight away, is that I am sitting for most of the day. And so I would love to work with you to work out how I can just stop that stretch. Because when I get up, after multiple meetings, it's like I need to be doing something. So yeah, you and I'll have a chat about that, but I'm happy for people to put, to send you some notes. And what's the best way to get in contact with you? We can put your link in the chat.
Yeah, please. Or email just jen@108yogaroad.com.
Beautiful. Jen, thank you so much for having a chat with me today. I look forward to hearing about the London Yoga Festival, and let's catch up again soon.
Sounds great. Thanks. Crystal. It's been fun and nice to see you.